Welcome back to the channel where football analysis goes deeper than the scoreline. This is the place where matches are broken down with clarity, logic, and purpose. Today's video brings together a strong lineup of fixtures from different leagues, each with its own tactical story, competitive tension, and psychological edge. Every match covered in this episode has been carefully selected based on form trends, tactical stability, historical patterns, and situational context. These are not random picks. They are structured predictions built on how teams behave under pressure, how they manage game tempo, and how they respond in moments that define the outcome. As always, this analysis focuses on understanding the flow of each match rather than chasing unpredictable moments. Football is about rhythm, discipline, and control, and the teams featured today reflect those principles in different ways. Let's begin with the first fixture: Sassuolo vs Juventus. Correct score 0-1. Prediction: Juventus win or draw. This matchup presents a classic contrast between ambition and structure. Sassuolo often approach matches with an attacking mindset, aiming to move the ball quickly and exploit space in advanced areas. However, when faced with teams that maintain compact defensive shapes, their approach can become less effective. Juventus enter this contest with a clear sense of purpose. Their recent performances show a side that values control over chaos. Rather than committing numbers forward recklessly, they focus on positioning, balance, and timing. This approach allows them to absorb pressure when necessary and strike when opportunities appear. From the opening stages, the tempo is likely to be measured. Sassuolo may attempt to assert themselves early, but Juventus are comfortable allowing possession in non-threatening areas. The key battleground will be midfield, where Juventus typically restrict space and force opponents into wide, less dangerous zones. As the match progresses, the difference in game management becomes more apparent. Juventus are well drilled in maintaining shape, especially when defending a narrow lead. Even when under pressure, their spacing and awareness reduce the risk of conceding clear chances. The goal in this match is likely to come from a moment of patience rather than chaos. A controlled build-up, a lapse in concentration, or a well-timed movement inside the box could be enough. Once ahead, Juventus are unlikely to overextend themselves, preferring instead to slow the tempo and protect their advantage. A narrow 1-0 result reflects the balance of control, discipline, and experience that Juventus bring into this fixture. Pisa vs Como. Correct score 0-1. Halftime result: draw. This fixture has all the characteristics of a slow-burning contest. Both sides are cautious by nature and tend to prioritize structure over aggression, especially in the early stages of matches. Pisa often begin games conservatively, focusing on maintaining their defensive shape and minimizing risk. They are not a team that pushes numbers forward early, preferring instead to assess their opponent's intentions before committing bodies into attacking areas. Como, on the other hand, are patient and methodical. Their approach is built around ball circulation and gradual progression rather than direct attacking play. This often leads to tight first halves where neither side creates clear opportunities. The opening 45 minutes are expected to be controlled and disciplined, with both teams cancelling each other out. Midfield battles will dominate, and chances will likely come from set pieces or isolated moments rather than sustained pressure. As the second half unfolds, the game dynamic is likely to shift. Como tend to grow into matches, especially when opponents begin to lose concentration or physical intensity. Their ability to exploit small positional errors becomes more evident as the game wears on. A single breakthrough could decide the contest, and Como appear better equipped to capitalize when that moment arrives. A narrow 1-0 victory after a goalless first half reflects the balance of patience and efficiency that defines this matchup. Salzburg vs Bayern Munich. Correct score 0-3. Prediction: Bayern Munich win and over 2.5 goals. This fixture presents a clear contrast in experience, depth, and tactical authority. Salzburg are energetic and ambitious, often pressing high and playing with intensity, particularly at home. However, that approach can become a vulnerability against elite opposition. Bayern Munich thrive in environments where they can control possession and punish mistakes. Their structure allows them to absorb early pressure and gradually impose dominance through precise movement and relentless tempo. In the opening stages, Salzburg may attempt to disrupt Bayern's rhythm with aggressive pressing. However, sustaining that level of intensity against a team known for composure under pressure is extremely demanding. As the match progresses, spaces inevitably begin to appear. Bayern's ability to exploit transitions is a major factor. When opponents overcommit or lose shape, they move the ball quickly into dangerous areas. This often leads to clear scoring opportunities, especially as fatigue sets in. The longer the match goes on, the more the balance tilts in Bayern's favor. Their control of possession limits Salzburg's attacking opportunities, while their own attacking sequences become more frequent and more dangerous. A multi-goal margin is a realistic outcome given the difference in quality, depth, and tactical execution. A 3-0 result reflects Bayern's dominance and their ability to manage the game from start to finish. Granada vs Rayo Vallecano. Correct score 0-1. Prediction: Rayo Vallecano win or draw. This encounter is expected to be tight, disciplined, and strategically driven. Both teams place a strong emphasis on defensive organization, often prioritizing shape over risk-taking. Granada typically adopt a cautious approach, particularly against opponents who are comfortable without the ball. They tend to sit deep, limit space between the lines, and rely on compactness to frustrate their opponents. Rayo Vallecano, meanwhile, are comfortable playing without dominating possession. Their strength lies in timing and movement, waiting for the right moment to press or exploit an error. This patience often pays off in matches where chances are limited. The rhythm of this game is likely to be slow, with long periods of midfield play and few clear openings. Set pieces and transitional moments could prove decisive, as open play chances may be rare. Rayo's ability to remain composed under pressure gives them a slight advantage. They are well drilled in protecting narrow leads and managing the final stages of matches. A single goal could be enough to separate the sides, and Rayo appear best positioned to secure that margin. A low-scoring outcome aligns with the tactical nature of both teams and their preference for control over risk. Sporting CP vs Guimaraes. Correct score 2-0. Prediction: Sporting CP win. This fixture brings together a dominant home side and a disciplined but limited visiting team. Sporting enter the match with confidence, structure, and a clear tactical identity. At home, they are particularly effective at dictating tempo and forcing opponents into defensive positions. From the opening minutes, Sporting are likely to assert control through patient build-up and positional awareness. Their ability to stretch the pitch and recycle possession makes it difficult for opponents to press effectively. Guimaraes are organized and competitive, but they often struggle when required to defend for long stretches. Over time, gaps begin to appear, especially when tracking runners or reacting to quick switches of play. As the match progresses, Sporting's sustained pressure is expected to translate into clear scoring opportunities. Their composure in the final third allows them to convert chances without overcommitting players forward. Defensively, Sporting remains solid and disciplined, limiting counterattacks and maintaining a compact structure. This balance between attack and defense makes them difficult to break down and effective in closing out matches. A 2-goal victory reflects Sporting's superiority in control, movement, and game management. Final recap. This set of fixtures highlights the importance of structure, discipline, and strategic patience in modern football. Across all matches, the common theme is control rather than chaos, with teams relying on organization and timing rather than reckless attacking play. Juventus, Bayern Munich, and Sporting CP demonstrate how experience and tactical maturity often outweigh raw intensity. Meanwhile, sides like Rayo Vallecano and Como show that intelligent positioning and efficiency can be just as effective as dominance. Each prediction is built on observing patterns, understanding game flow, and recognizing how teams behave under different pressures. These matches are not about spectacle alone, but about execution, discipline, and decision-making. If you enjoy deep tactical breakdowns and structured match previews like this, stay tuned for more upcoming analyses. Every fixture has a story, and here, every story is told with purpose.